There have been many allegations online and on social media that paint mainstream Canadian media as liberal-leaning, claiming that these outlets have a goal of parlaying partisan information to viewers and listeners. We were just talking about this a little bit, but are these fair accusations? Where do they come from? And if they are not true, where do we go from here about really reassuring people that the news they're consuming is in fact safe and non-biased?
Well, that very well might be true, but again, to reiterate a point made earlier, Vonny, I think everything you hear is you have to take it with a grain of salt. There are some news media outlets that might be getting some help from the government. That could be happening, be it here in Canada or in other parts of the world. So I can see that. I can see how some media outlets would be leaning one way over another for a greater purpose.
Maybe because of funding or whatever it may be.
Absolutely. Access as well, media access. You don't want to be shut out. So I could see how one would believe that. I can absolutely see that. But come the next election, and should there be a change in leadership years down the road, could we say that the media would shift in a different direction? We could see that. We could see how certain media outlets might be overtaking others. So we could very well see a shift. And if that happens or that doesn't happen, again, with everything we consume, we have to understand what that media outlet might be, where they might be skewing, who they might be
leaning towards. Exactly.
And that could happen with the writer, him or herself. That could happen with the outlet itself as well. And that could be misinformation that is fed right from the government. As you can see, I don't trust anybody.
Well, it's healthy to, like we said, independent research and get your facts from a multitude of different sources and then really just compile and compare. I think that's the only way to ensure that you are getting accurate information that isn't biased.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when it comes right down to the host themselves, Vonny, like for you, like we've talked about a wide variety of topics, Vonny, but what I like about you and why I keep having you on the show, and I think what makes you such a great talk show host, is your empathy, is that you're empathetic. I know that I'm going to come to you and I'm going to hear a wide variety of opinions. You're not going to shout anybody down, and you're going to let everybody be heard. And that's a comfortable place that I try to provide on my show, which is not to say that the wall to wall on my show, it's all political, it's all polarizing conversations. I like to have a lot of lighthearted fun as well and talk about things that in the end really don't matter. But I want to create a safe space on my show where everybody can come on and weigh in, where everybody can come in and listen. And, you might not agree with every opinion you hear, but you're going to hear a wide variety of opinions and you're going to walk away saying, well, I agreed with some of that. I didn't agree with a lot of it, but, I got to hear a healthy conversation. And I think as members of the media, we have to do a good job. If you are covering news events, that you have to do so fairly, but, here on talk shows, that you have to be empathetic and that you have to hear all points of view. I mean, take anti-vaxxers, for example. I mean, for me, I want everybody to be vaccinated, but I'm empathetic towards those that have not been vaccinated and don't want to be vaccinated because I want to understand why. I want to understand why a person feels that way. And in the end, I might not agree, but I'm going to take the time to stop and listen and to ask why. And I think we have to we all have to do that and be more empathetic and stop and ask why.
Yeah, and I think as journalists, for us, it's just in our nature to be inquisitive. We like to know why people have the thoughts and opinions and perspectives that they do. So for me, I'll echo what you said, and it's the same thing I try to do on this show, is really just give people a space to be comfortable and share their perspectives, whatever they are. I mean, I hear people every day, whether it's in the line at the coffee shop, talking about different subjects. Some I agree with, some I don't. But I think what we need to make sure we're always doing is giving a space for people to have conversations.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And a safe space for listeners to come, or viewers in your case.
Exactly. Well,
I'm gonna
just
hear-
after these messages, we'll be right back with Jeff Sammut.